Hello, hi, my name's Audrey Marie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you my May reading wrap up. I got through 4 different books of May, even though I originally thought I was going to get through a lot more because I was on the job hunt. So I had a lot of time on my hand because I was kind of jobless at the time. I wish I would have gotten through a decent amount more before I started my job, but it is what it is. And I'm happy with the books that we read. The first book I finished was The City of Gods and Monsters, and I loved that book. I didn't really know any reviews about it online. I think I've seen it here and there, but I didn't really listen into people's thoughts and feelings about the book. So I just saw it in people's backgrounds or their videos, so I was always intrigued. And I literally knew nothing going into it, but I was thoroughly impressed by the book. You get thrown into this urban fantasy and it's just so cool and very different from all the ones I've been reading in the past. Are more cottagecore fantasy, medieval time, out in the middle of nowhere in a cottage. This one, you're in a city. More modern day elements, more darker romance elements getting thrown into it, and like a mafia feel. So I thoroughly enjoyed the book because I'm in a dark romance vibe. I want more high stakes stuff happening in my books at the moment. So I was really impressed by this book. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I love the 2 characters together, and originally whenever I went into this, I thought each book was going to possibly be a different couple because that's the train of what's going on in book series at the moment. Most of these, like the Rose Hill series, the Knock 'Em Out series, all of these series, Chestnut Spring series, are all interconnected, standalone. And then at the end, to my surprise, it was telling me that the next book is about the same 2 characters from this one. I noticed while I had the book in front of me that the audiobook changed a couple things. Not anything too crazy, just acronyms were completely changed. Threw me whenever I noticed it, but it was not an issue whatsoever understanding it. First noticed had to do with the police that was in it. They were using an acronym, but then in the audiobook they were using like police instead of the acronym that they were using. So really enjoyed it. I loved the friendships that were between the girls and the found family that happened around Darien. Loved how the drama came together. Still a lot of unanswered questions. I was not expecting the ending whatsoever. I was really shocked as to the ending. Audibly gasped to find out who was looking for her. Very well done, and all the characters were really good. I will be continuing the series. I'm excited to get the next ones. I've been looking for them whenever I go book shopping. A phenomenal way to start off May and wrap up my college semester, my college career. So after finishing this one, since it was around my birthdays with starting this next book, I figured I would re-enter the world of one of my favorite books. That was The Ashes of the Star-Cursed King, which is the 2nd book in the Crown and Nyaxia series. Love this book as well. You're following the same FMC and the MMC from the first one, and their dynamic from the ending of the first one to the beginning of the second one, completely different. I love this book so much. I love Araya and I love Rain so much together. It was just so perfect. This one was very different from the first one because the first one was following trials, which is very typical in fantasy books nowadays. So it was following more politics and more high stakes of kingdoms in this one. Very different than the first one, but so good. I was thoroughly impressed with the book and their world and how it got wrapped up. Like, it still left it open for the series to continue, which it does. And next one follows Misha, I think. It follows a different FMC, and I'm not 100% sure. There's also like a novella, but no, I won't buy the novella, but I'm not sure if I'll even listen to it. I really don't know. I want to continue it, but we'll have to wait and see. I need to get through my physical TBR a bit more because it's massive at the moment. And some of them have been on there for a while because they're spin-offs of another series that have a series in between. So I have to read the middle series to then be able to read the book that I've had for eons. After that phenomenal book and my birthday, next book I ended up reading was Kill Switch. This was the third book of the Devil's Night series, and this one was of Damon's storyline and Winter. Winter is a completely new character that you're getting introduced to. Maybe you have, I don't really know if Winter was talked about in the previous two books. It's been a while since I've read the first two. In the second book, which is Hideaway, you get Banks' storyline, and that is the sister of Damon. So you get a little glimpse of Damon's past, but in his own book, obviously you're getting so much more. And I like how the book doesn't just give you the first half, which is where the two of them know each other because it's a childhood friends to lovers book. So I'm glad that they didn't just give you the past and then jump you midway through to the present day. I enjoyed how you get the present, and throughout the chapters it'll jump you back to the past. And it's not just specifically 7 years. It jumps back multiple different time frames of the two of them having history together. And it's done so well. And you're curious the entire book as to what happened between Damon and Winter. And you get bits and pieces of their story. And it just keeps you on the edge of your seat because you're like, I want to know more. And then at the end, you're like, oh my God, that makes a lot of sense. It's so thought out. And when you're starting the book, you're kind of curious as to what's going on with Winter, and then it reveals it pretty soon after, but the book keeps you on your toes, keeps you engaged, interested in what's going on, and throughout the book you get more answers to the questions that you've had throughout the entire book. I really did not like Damon in the first two, I'll admit, but since we get his book, he's still not 100%. Like, it's a dark romance for a reason, so there's still some questionable stuff, but I did really enjoy his storyline and the redemption that this book gives Damon as a character. So good. There was a little bit where I was a little icked out and confused as to what was going on, but it makes me interested and intrigued to get Will's book as soon as possible. So I will be continuing the series. I know the series has little novellas between each of the books, but again, I will not be buying the novellas. I have not listened to any of the previous ones, so I'll probably not be listening to the novella in between this one and the next one. But I really enjoyed this book, and I just like the slow progression of this book. It didn't just happen like that. It happened over time, and it just built this relationship between the two of them so solid. It was just so good. It's interesting to see how Penelope Douglas built this world around Winter, seeing it completely different than I do, which I'm always curious as to how somebody like Winter sees the world. And you find out how she became the way she is. It scares me at the possibility of that happening to me, but it is a real world situation that happens to people, and it's just interesting to see in the world through her point of view. So that was a good third book for the month. But after that, I decided to start The Deal. The reason I sat down and read the book is because I wanted to watch the brand new TV series that was coming out. I knew I had to because TJ Maxx had it on sale when I bought it, and I was not expecting TJ Maxx to have it at the time. And also, the show got released on my birthday, so I had to sit down and read the book all the way through. I really did like this book, but there was a lot of little things could have been a little bit better. But oh my God, I love the relationship between Hannah and Garrett in this book. So good. It was built so well. And I love the friendships that Garrett has with all his teammates, and how Garrett can go to him and have serious conversations, and they keep the conversations to themselves. And they give Garrett good advice. And it's just so good. I really did like the book, even though it is a little dated. Don't get me wrong, but I looked past the book being a bit dated. I really love the friendship between Hannah and Allie. That was phenomenal. Their friendship is just so special, and I love how the guys just take Hannah and bring her into the friend group, and they just love Hannah and just open them and the friend group to her and Hannah's other friends. I really do enjoy how she's a singer, and that shows up multiple times throughout the book. It's just so well done. I was surprised at how much I liked it because I've read the Maple Hills series and I really did enjoy those, which is a lot of people didn't like it. And I'm in the center of the Jacksonville Race series. Pieces of that I liked and pieces of it I didn't like. This one's mostly similar to the Maple Hills series. So I did really like it. It was just kind of on for happening, which makes sense. It's a contemporary romance, but I really did like the ending of this book. I like how it plays into tension and a comedic turnaround at the end. Like, I really did enjoy that. And I liked how one of the professors was like, I told you so, you should have listened to me. And if she had listened to this one professor in the very beginning, a big issue of the book would have been solved. And I can see why they decided to create a series off of it. I will be continuing the series. I find them somewhere because I did end up watching the series. So I'm so intrigued. That TV show had me hooked. I really enjoyed the deal. It was so good. So I cannot wait to continue the series and see where the rest of the series goes. Anyways, those are the 4 books I read in May. I had a phenomenal month of May. I'm so happy I did not have a single book that I DNF'd or disliked. I'll give you a little spoiler of the first book I finished in June, because by the time I'm recording this, it's about 10-ish days into June already. So I'm a little behind on getting this to you and being able to get a video out to y'all, which I feel so bad about. So the first book I finished in June is Fivey. But I'm not giving you any opinions of this book as of yet. So you'll have to catch my next read and wrap up or read and vlog for my thoughts and feelings of Defy Me. Continuation of the Shatter Me series. So there's that. I'm keeping you on your toes and wanting to come back for more. Hopefully I got you with that. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed listening and watching me yap about my books that I read. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and taking time out of your morning, your evening, your night to watch this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye.